My vision was I become a surveyor
Yes.
to transform our family because I came from a very humble family whereby I just wanted to transform it and make it something good, something better. But it was so unfortunate that when I did my KCSE, for your information, up to date, even my mother
Yes.
does not know what I got. My surveyor dream is now dead and never to be revived again. Never. Nikachukia masomo with passion. Na nikasema, I will never and I will not in any way interfere with books. Sisomi and I don't want to. Kama Mungu unataka kunibariki, nibariki. Ukisikia hautaki kunibariki, ka, I don't care anymore. Na nikaendelea tu kuchimba choo.
Welcome on my YouTube channel, The Overcomer TV, on our East or West show. It is yet another exciting episode. And today we are going to look into ministry at a young age and the transition from youthhood to parenthood and the challenges that comes with it, and more about business, which our interviewee is going to introduce to us. And I believe it is going to be an awesome experience. And so, guys, stay tuned as we go through the transformative experience with the one and only Apostle Stephen KIHIU. You're very much welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Kindly introduce to us your full names.
Well, thank you so much. My name is Apostle KIHIU Stephen, and I am a born-again apostle of the true gospel of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Yeah.
Where do you come from, sir?
So I come from within Ndeya, Bigio Boroti. It is in Kiabu County. That is where I come from. And that is where I was born. That is where I am brought up from. And that is where I live by the grace of God.
Amen.
Yeah.
How is the environment now that you've been there since your childhood?
The environment in Kiambu Ndeya, that is a very good place to be.
Yes.
Initially, people used to call it Ndeya Ngobe. That is not for in our times, in our generation.
Yes.
It is Ndeya Ngai.
Amen.
Yeah, God has transformed us. And now that I'm brought up in Ndeya, I have grown seeing Ndeya getting transformed. By the look of things, Ndeya where it was, mimi nimekuwa nikiona what the Lord is doing, and especially in the current generation. The Lord has transformed us, and I am very much proud to be a Ndeyan. Yeah.
So how was the experience at your primary education level?
Learning at Gatora. Gatora. It is just few meters from our home. That is where I took my primary education from my very young age to class 8, whereby I performed very poorly.
Wow.
I performed very poorly.
And you managed to join which high school?
No. After finishing class 8, in fact, I performed very poor that I don't even want anybody to hear.
So what happened?
What happened? I repeated. I went to Beniva Academy.
That was a brilliant idea.
Yeah, so I repeated 2 years.
Oh, really?
I went back to class 7. And so I came back to my senses. You cannot believe me. The 8 years I spent in primary school, I recovered them and managed to get 2 times and a half what I got. And and out of that, I managed to join the KIHIU Boys High School. And by then, the KIHIU was a very high school. It was a good standard of school. So by the grace of God, that is where I went for my secondary level. And surely from then, God has been so much faithful academically, and I have flourished, I have gone far, I have excelled, and I have seen the grace of God. Yeah.
So what were you planning to do after the KIHIU Boys?
After the KIHIU Boys, after joining Form 1, I had this mind in me. I want to become a surveyor.
Wow.
That was my dream, whereby I desire and I pray very hard that my son will be a surveyor.
Amazing.
It is possible with God.
Amen.
So that was my vision and my mind. One day I'll be a surveyor, of which I now don't have that dream.
How many years down the line since you're in Form 1 up to now?
It is around 7 years. So it's quite a period of time. So by then I was dreaming to become a surveyor.
Yes.
Along the way, I started changing the views. Unajua watu uko shule unasema I want to be a doctor, I want to be a teacher. Venye tu unaendelea unaenda unasema I want to be a driver. You keep on changing.
So how was your performance in school?
It was not bad. In fact, I was a sharp guy. Amazing. I performed well. Yes. In fact, in my Form 4, when I did my mock, I performed very well, amazingly. And I just thought, wow, I am getting what I wanted. Because my vision was I become a surveyor to transform our family. Because I came from a very humble family, whereby I just wanted to transform it and make it something good, something better. But it was so unfortunate that when I did my KCSE.
Back in which year?
Back in the year 2014.
Amazing.
I did my KCSE and I did not perform what I expected. In fact, I got half of what I had in mock. So I was shocked.
Yes.
And I wondered. But by then, I got saved when I was in Form 3.
Wow.
And you know, of course, a newly born again, it gets so much close to God. Wanatembea na Mungu. So I could pass by church, naomba every morning. So that is when I started devotion with God. I committed myself fully to God. And so we had an agreement with God.
Yes.
You are going to bless me and I will be able to build. That was my desire, to build a house for my father and my mother. But it was so unfortunate. When I did my KCSE, I failed. I failed. I don't know. But after failing, so when your exam ilitoka, I was so expectant because I knew I'm not a goat, you know? Yeah. Mimi sio kondo, I'm not a sheep.
Yeah.
So I knew I'm excelling. I want to go to campus. I want to do this, and my life gonna be okay. It never happened. So when your results zilitoka, I was like, this man called God is not faithful.
He has decided.
Yeah, he has disappointed me. And I was so much sad in my heart. I was hurt. I was burning furiously with anger. This man called God is not a good man. That is what I thought. I remember very well, by the time exam was out, I was kuchimbua mashimo za choo huko Kayole. So after secondary, before exam itoke, nilienda huko Kayole kuhaso because you know, kama venye nimekwambia, I am from a very humble family. My father had afford kutupatia food na apatie watoto hawa na kuwe. So you had to exclude yourself. Uende you face the world. So nikatembea Kayole, I got a chance ya kuchimba shimo za choo. Na ujue huko mtaani huko Kayole, unachimba few meters, sewage inatokea. So it was a very hard task. So when the exam ilitoka, I remember very well, I was in that deep digging that very same day.
Yes.
And when I was living near my aunt. So when the exams ilitoka, I rushed to see the news and what have you. So nikapata code and I was so much expectant.
Okay.
Because I knew I have performed.
Wow.
So I got the codes. I went into hiding. Of course, you know, you don't want to expose every. Yeah, you want privacy. So I went somewhere in a room, and I sent the code. And what I saw made me confirm my name.
Oh, really?
I had to confirm my name and my index number because I did not expect it. For your information, up to date, even my mother does not know what I got.
Back then, which was the pass mark to join the university?
It was B minus.
It was a B minus.
Yeah. So you can imagine, not even to university, I could not afford to go to a public college.
Kuliendaje kutoka hapo?
Thank you. So once I got the the marks and I saw what I have attained, I was shocked.
Our own able surveyor.
Yeah.
Thank God.
My surveyor dream is now dead and never to be revived again. Na nikachukia
Didn't you
masomo.
think about going back to high
Never.
school?
Never. Nikachukia masomo with passion. Na nikasema, I will never and I will not in any way interfere with books. Sisomi and I don't want to. Kama Mungu unataka kunibariki, nibariki. Ukisikia hautaki kunibariki, I don't care anymore. And so along the way na nikatupilia mambo ya books na nini na nikaendelea tu kuchimba choo. My bishop called me. He is my bishop now. Akanipigia simu because we walked together with him and akaniuliza, my friend, hey, kurali atia?
Yes.
Nikamwambia, the Lord has done.
Amazing.
I don't know where the word came from. Na akaniambia, I want to hear what you have. Nikamwambia, I don't want you to hear from phone. Ningoje nikuje.
Yes.
I stayed for a year.
Oh, really?
Kabla nikuje anione. Yeah. And so by the time I'm coming back home, no one was interested to know what I got. After one year, so akaniuliza nikamwambia, mtumgateri leo kamenya. And so like a wise man hakuwahi niuliza up to date. Hajawahi niuliza tena. So from there I started working. I became a hawker. I started hawking in Nairobi. Naenda nanunua vitabu huko OTC.
So for how long umechimba zile choo?
Like a period of a year. A year, 12 good months I did the job. And it was paying anyway because umepata 700 in a day. Huna matumizi mingi.
Ungepata kama ngapi kwa wiki? Ungeweza kumaliza moja within 1 week? Shimo moja.
Unajua the advantage of uko shimo, huwezi kubali contract simply because kuna mawe uko chini maybe. So ukienda umekubali contract upate jiwe itakulemea. So it was per day. Per day unalipwa 700. So unapata maybe hata kama kwa choo moja in a month, you are not losing in any way. So nikachiba aya nikaona, let me go and do something else. So I started hawking.
2016 here you are.
2016 now. I am now a hawker and a serious hawker. Nauza vitabu. One day, selling books. I don't know where this
books.
Story books. Hizi za watoto kwa matatu na simama watu wakitoka job na wapatia kiherehere kidogo. You know the voice of focus. So one day nikasema I'll wake up very early in the morning.
Yes.
Before I sell the books, I say a word to these people. And I remember very well, I woke up, nikajitayarisha, and I went preaching. Before I sell the book, I preached. And ambapo nilihubiri neno, one man, I was so determined not to ask for the offering because I feared what the mentality people wanakuanga nayo that watumishi wanakuanga na this mentality ati ni pesa sijui nini. Yeah, they are poor. So now ujue in the first place I'm not a pastor. I'm just but an ordinary man. So nika preach and one man was seated somewhere behind the car. Iki za KAYOLE zinaitangwa aje? Forward. Ilikuwa kwa forward za KAYOLE. So a man from behind akanispot. And here I am spiritually filled. I feel the presence of God. Nikawapatia neno with the impact the Lord gave me. After the word, I didn't ask for sadaka, of which I didn't want. Hata kidogo tu.
Yes.
So watu wakatoka. The man akakuja, akaniambia, young man, I want to bless you.
Wow.
And he gave me quite a huge amount of money.
Amazing.
Whereby I paid my rent and I did 1, 2, 3 things. And so I was like, what is this?
So for how long ulifanya hawking and the sharing the word kwa matatus?
In fact, I shared it. The word, I did it like 3 times. And I went back to my normal work. That was hawking for 6 months. In the process of hawking, mahali ambapo nilikuwa naendea zile vitabu,
yes,
they saw a very determined boy. Wakaniambia ungetaka kujua kazi.
Wow.
And I was like, kazi? Kazi gani? Ya kutengeneza hizi vitabu huanga unauza. Would you like to know how to operate these machines? And how to make these books? Yes. Nikamuuliza, what do you mean? Akaniambia, no ende kumenya kuruta wira wa kwendi mabuku maya, guthondeka mabuku maya wendagia. Nikaona ya naweza taka. Nikamwambia, but I don't have money to. Akaniambia, mimi sijakuuliza kuhusu pesa, nimekuuliza ungetaka kujua. So akaona interest ya nikanao, akaniambia, do this tomorrow, go come.
Wow.
Go come at 8. And I went. You remember by then Kenya nilikuwa natumia hapa, nimeacha hii kazi ya choo, ya choo, na ilikuwa inanilipa vizuri kuliko hii ya hooking.
Yes.
Kuliko hii ya hooking. Nimekuja kwa books. Sasa ujue hii books nikiuza nikule, that is it. Kesho nilaukie.
Sure.
So venye nilianza kukuja, I remember very well, I walked from KAYOLE to Nairobi for a period of 3 good months.
What?
Morning and in the evening, walking day, every day. And so jamaa akaanza kunifunza kazi. After 3 months, ujue jamaa hakuwa anajua nakuja miguu and what have you. Na hakunilipisha, and of which that course ya kujua cooperate those machines and designing and what have you.
Yes.
It could cost quite a huge amount of money
to be trained, right?
Yeah, to be trained.
But he never charged.
Yeah, anything. So what he wanted, I provide for myself fare and lunch. So by as days goes, he started providing for me lunch. Before 3 months were over.
Wow.
Akaanza kunipatia lunch, ananipatia lunch ya 100, ananiambia enda ukula lunch. Wow. So mimi najua lunch sikuli, leo sitaenda miguu.
Ni fair.
Yeah. So I started that. And by then alikuwa ameajili mtu. So tulikuwa tunafanya na boss na mtu mwenye ameajili, sasa na mimi nafunzwa kazi. So we were 3 in the same office. Wakanifunza. I was so sharp. I think the sharpness that I had in secondary school sasa imenirejea. Yeah, nimeanza kujua, nikajua. Within a period of 6 months, I was an expert.
Wow.
Sasa wakaniambia, now because umejua kazi, you have to go.
Wow.
Sasa enda utafute nini? Kazi.
How comes anakuambia ukatafute kazi? Hakupei kazi hapo.
Haezi nipe juu already akona operator wa machines na haezi afford kutulipa because it is quite utalipa huyu mtu vizuri, yeah, utamlipa pesa na haezi afford kutulipa sisi wote, na biashara iweze kumlipa. So he had kuniambia sasa, because nimejuana na watu wenye machines and what have you, anipatie kazi. Sasa nimeanza, Mungu ameanza kunirejesha kwake. I didn't hate you, sijui ameanza kuniongelesha na ndirenda uhoro wake.
Yes.
Nidironire ti muthuri mwihokeku. Ona riu ino connection ndona riu ino nini ndeka, ona ti Ngai.
Who told you?
So that is what I thought.
Yes.
So venye nilitoka kwa huyo boss Jose.
Yes.
And nikaenda, I went back to what I was doing.
Hawking ama kwa choo.
Hawking. Sasa nikaanza kufanya. Sasa nimejuana na watu wengi tao. So sasa unaona dile na fare kiki nagereka 50. Sasa hiyo kwenda miguu sasa ikaisha.
Wow.
So after a week I started to go to a certain church, and I really appreciate the men of God from that church, PCA KAYOLE. That is where I used to go in the morning, very in the morning. Naomba, hawakunikataza. In fact, nikipata church imefungwa, they had authorized au watu wa gates, the guards wanifungulie, na hawakutaka kujua mimi ni nani. Nakuja naomba, naenda. After a week, Jose nikaambia Mungu, God, I want to come back to you. Accept me. Wow. Na kwa sababu ni wewe ulifanya nipate hii kujua kazi. Sasa Mungu nipatie kazi. Na mimi nataka kwenda kazi kwa Jose. Because I saw this man is good.
Wow.
Mimi nataka kwenda kazi kwa Jose. And so I was like, sasa nitaenda kazi kwa Jose wapi? A week after, Jose akanipigia simu. Akaniambia, Steve, uko wapi? Niko KAYOLE.
Yes.
Unafanya nini? Nauza storybook. Uko na fare ya kwenda wapi? Ukuja Nairobi. Nikamwambia mimi Jose, sina nini?
Fair.
Sina fare. Hapo wakanitumia 300. I remember very well.
Uh-huh.
Akanitumia fare 300. So before niende Nairobi,
Fuliza ilikuwa imekuja back then.
by then hakukuwa na Fuliza. So I was very lucky.
Okay.
Juu ningekuwa nimefuliza. So kabla niende tao, kwanza nilikula. Because I was hungry. Nikakula 100, nikajua sasa niko na 200, nitaenda na 100, na nirudi na 100. Kufika tao akaniambia, I want you to help me. Huyu jamaa wangu ameanza madharau. And I remember very well. Jose, he was alikuwa kwa period ya marriage. Alikuwa na prepare marriage yake. Akaniambia, nataka unisimamie hapa juu I am doing something, uniangalilie the company venye kunaenda sijui nini, uniangalie tumetengeneza pesa ngapi padi, just record for me. Anything that is happening, record for me. It was so surprising ati nililipwa pesa mingi kuliko the operators.
Wow. That can only be God.
Yeah, so God started doing. Na believe you me or not, before amalize preparations za wedding na kukuja kuoa, na sikuiba Jose even 10 shillings. Pesa yenye alinilipa within those years period, it was about 6 months or so. Pesa yenye alinilipa na nilienda nikaekea, I started within those 6 months. I started doing the circles and what have you. Within a period of 6 months, I had managed to build a house for my family.
Wow.
That is my mother and my father.
That is back in 2017.
2017 now. 2017. Sasa tunaingia 2017.
Yes.
Sasa huku inaisha. 2017 inaisha.
Mwisho ya 2017.
Nilimanage to build my vision now.
Wow.
Has come to be within a period of 6 months.
6 months.
Nikiwa hapo nikamaliza sasa. Before Jose akuje, I was held in a meeting with God. Because sasa in the period of that job, Mungu sasa akanirudisha kwake, sijui akanionyesha upendo. And one day he called me for a meeting. I remember very well. It was a very official meeting with him.
Yes.